I think Husky Stadium on a 12:30 afternoon game is the toughest venue west of the Mississippi to play in. Well, this is some kind of special dog talk with Brock because it's not often the number one team in the land comes to Husky Stadium. But you know what? In big games and in big moments, what has Pete Carroll taught us? Mike McDonald taught us? Kalen DeBoer, you just go back to your fundamentals. So I'm going to stick with those of what I've learned, what I think, and what I know. What I've learned, what I think, what I know. What I learned in that Apple Cup in Pullman is that Washington athletically is fast. They're elite, especially offensively. The triumvirate of Boston and DeMond and Jonah, that triumvirate, those three, about as good as anybody in the country. You're going to see some good ones in this week and over the course of the year at Oregon and other spots. I'm not saying it is the very best, but it gives you a chance each and every week because those three put on, yet again, an absolute show over there in Pullman and really outclassed and outmatched and out-athleted, as the coaches like to say, their opponent. So I learned that last weekend, not terribly surprised. Here's what I think. I think Husky Stadium on a 12:30 afternoon game is the toughest venue west of the Mississippi to play in. I think it is one of the toughest. Autzen Stadium is there. It's close. Rice-Eccles at Utah is close. But I think Husky Stadium on a 12:30 with a full house, which you're going to see in a sold-out environment Saturday, is the toughest environment. The toughest environment west of the Mississippi, and welcome in, again, the Buckeyes and the number one team in the country. So that's what I've learned. That's what I think, and here's what I know. Here is what I know on Saturday. If you are going to write a script of the Huskies taking down the number one team in the country, that spread started at 10.5. It's come down to 8.5. I know that Damon Williams cannot take negative place. Sacks were an issue a season ago. He got sacked like double-digit times down at Autzen. It was not a competitive game because of it. Ohio State is lethal, especially at the second level of their defense, as Joel Klatt taught us this week on our show. They're really, really fast. They're very, very dynamic. If Damon takes a bunch of sacks and there's a bunch of negative plays, you're just not going to win. You're not going to win. I also know that if you put the pressure on them, the pressure is on Ohio State in this game. It is not on Washington. It's on the number one team making their first road trip to the most brutal environment west of the Mississippi. And I know the longer this game stays closer on Saturday, the better shot UW has of pulling off one of the biggest upsets they've seen in that stadium.